So here is the video I will make for the Chinese rap. Okay, so for more detailed introduction of this work, please refer to my last video on the rap prompt in English. So here in this video, I will use Chinese. I will speak Chinese because all those examples and the songs and the results, even my prompt, is in Chinese. So yes, it's impossible for me to use English and translate those Chinese raps. But the basic idea is the same as before. So I just replaced those examples and testing prompts using Chinese raps. And the songs are also, the examples are also drawn from the best Chinese lyricists, like PO8 here, PO8, C Block, and Beibei, and also many other Chinese rappers. Okay, the model is still powered by Gemini 1.5 Pro. And in my paper, here, I will link this paper to the description below. Make sure to check it out if you're interested. In this paper, I briefly mentioned my experiment in Chinese rap. Okay, so here I see Chinese rap, but all the raps are in Mandarin, because the rhyme schemes in other dialects are different than Mandarin, and I don't want to mix them together. So because I also speak Mandarin myself, all the experiments and all those patterns, all those rap songs are in Mandarin. Okay, so here a brief introduction and some problems that I point out, because we will see it later on. The model actually behaves much less stable than it behaves in the English rap. So in the English rap, the model is very stable, and it generates, like, I would say 95% correct or acceptable patterns, good patterns. But in Chinese rap, the rate drops to like only 20 to 30%. Probably, so there are two potential reasons, because I didn't train Gemini myself, and I don't really know how they input Chinese texts into Gemini. So I cannot make the claim of what the reason is. But my guess is that either because when training Gemini, right, the Chinese texts are scarcity. There's a scarcity of Chinese texts comparing to English. So because there are very few references, so the model cannot behave well in terms of Chinese. And another potential reason is that because Chinese is actually a form of ideogram, so English is phonogram, which means when you look at those printed texts, you know how it sounds like, or you know how to pronounce it. Which means when you input those those English sentences text into the model, it can automatically figure out what the words and what the phrases sounds like. But because Chinese is ideogram, so when you input those Chinese characters into the model, I don't think it can figure out how the word or how the character sounds like, the phoneme of the characters. So I think if they just input the Chinese character like this, and they didn't give the pinyin, so they didn't point out the phoneme or how the character sounds like, the model might have difficulty in figuring that out. And because rhyme or rhyming patterns depends largely on how the words or how the sentences, the lyric sounds like, comparing to the actual meaning of the words. So that might be a problem why the model doesn't work well in Chinese as it works for English. But actually, it also sometimes works. I would say when the model works okay, it also generates some acceptable patterns that presents very simple and rhymes. So here in the appendix B, I give a table of the selected examples I used to train the model of Chinese rap here. And I also give some selected generations in Chinese rap. So here, actually, I picked the best generation. I would say the model crashes sometimes doesn't generate satisfying patterns. So these generations are actually the minority of the generation. So only 20 to 30%. So I picked the best generations the model gave. So here, this is the best one, like 收掉,骄傲. So this is the double rhyme. Double rhyme is I would say, this is the best example the model gave. So most of the time, it only gives the last single rhyme, like 前年, but sometimes it doesn't rhyme at all. So I think one potential reason I can think of is that because if they don't give the pinyin of the Chinese characters, the model cannot figure out what the words sound like. So it can figure out the logical relations. So the output actually presents better logical relation to the antecedent. It's like a word, like when I see something, you continue to see something that's relevant to what I'm talking about. In terms of the meaning, but in terms of the sound, it doesn't perform very well. Okay. So like this one, it barely rhymes, I would say. Especially if you compare the generated instances with the examples. Okay, the examples, I choose all the examples with at least double rhyme. Sometimes it's three character rhyme, 4 characters rhyme, 5 characters rhyme, etc. Like here, like 苍天上帝,江山半壁, right? It rhymes like the end rhyme is multi-syllable rhyme. It's like it rhymes with 4 characters. Right? Here's the same 光鲜亮丽, 乌烟瘴气, right? So whatever. But we will still do a real-time test in this video for my model for Chinese rap. So here, let me switch to okay. Before I switch to Chinese, let me introduce the examples. So here I handpicked actually 200 Chinese rap, Chinese pairs or Chinese couplets, and I also mixed them with the 95 examples that I use to train the English one. Okay, so English is 95. So I use all those examples in my Chinese rap because many Chinese rappers also insert English phrases or words in their rap. So like here, they use like live show is English. So they use English sometimes. So I also completed the Chinese rap with English rap. So they mix together. There are nearly 300 examples. So right, so here there is a mix of Chinese and English. Okay, right, like on the ground, call me, etc. So here, let me play some of the songs that I used to construct the training data. Okay, maybe let me start from Baby. Okay.
You feel me? Look, yeah, yeah. 扫遍所有障碍，一次 hero comeback， 看到我的出现就像神灵驾到，现在换我上台，保持最佳状态。我们纵所轰炸，就像人形炸药。你被当焦点，早被主流消夏，还在因为节目播出成名大笑。也有混迹街头 ，rappers in my get pro 到 underground 的土地横行霸道，无数公司在等着钱，狮子群演还不到我一场挣的钱。 我用独家的风格做当片，然后屠杀了中国说唱圈。我的名字被你经常说到，这条新闻播报，一次发给你听，我们知道天玩多躁，这兴奋过造下的渔船和药，看没 rap race 令心弹多翘。所谓前面比我当了半个老脸，那些烂梗让我吃不上饭个早点，写的烂的表演，他们慢的讨厌，想要跟我过招，请姐慢慢办个保险哦，让我教教你高潮潮飙 flow， 钞票放在我包，everybody listen no bro， 那些实力差的 rapper 全部主动立正站起稍息，不在一个水平就别乱比高低，听到我的名字供你叛逆朝夕，每段 verse 都是风马里有万里挑一，你们实力和着亚运怪兽，站在 太远，那些低水平的 live show 功力太浅，飞个 rapper 有的卖肉，有的卖脸，自己天天把它卖 flow 才是卖点。有难 see。看我干嘛？你把我当乐子？哎。
Okay. So I use a lot of rhyming patterns, raps from Baby because I think Baby is the one of the best Chinese rap lyricists, and he has the name of like rhyming mechanic, rhyming maniac. Okay, I remember 押韵狂魔, right? So he actually pioneered and developed the rhyming scheme in Chinese hip hop a lot, and so I use many rapping phrases from Baby, and also a lot from C Block. The C Block is also a well-known, very famous Chinese rap group. Here, let me play a verse by C Block.
都迫不及待大展拳脚，从此扬名立万。但是非黑白轻重缓急，能否当机立断？混迹在湘江一带，可从小以此为荣。江湖中自成一派，才不管红或没红。当机会和危险都伺机而动，通宵达旦，要沉住一口气，雷打不动，才能划算。都想从中受益，但也难免受气。可数不尽的兄弟还在这前赴后继。
Okay. So I use a lot of songs or phrases from C Block songs. Not only this one, but also other famous songs like let me see. Okay. Yeah, I can't really find them here, but at least 5 or 6 songs from C Block. Yeah, in my examples. Now here another one. So this is a different type of lyric writing. Actually, it's not about the brotherhood, not about the street life. So it's more like poetic. So this is by PO8. I also use a lot of like poetic, more like beautiful, sensitive lyrics in my examples.
摆放羡慕故里，拉下的记忆都让我只会追，伴随烟雾触笔，划过的笔尖上绽放了玫瑰，书写线路物语，把野果咽入肚里，也在我的梦里面，这位念几遍就能颠覆物理。我说没有那可流芳百世的文墨，顶多算个文弱书生，心里的猛虎在细嗅着蔷薇，也难得会让自己魂魄出征。躲在那荷花叶泛舟的姑娘，哎，你是否不悦手花？把迷离看淡薄了，但我的目标是登上那时代周刊。趁现在暂时还清澈的眼睛，记录下清晨拍故事的点滴，包袱都减轻，因为这是一场辛苦又漫长的西雅图远军。现在我包里的书卷太重了，不能陪你过冬天。往返 CDC 和洛杉矶，看雷雨落东边。擦干了眼角的泪子弹，内心的河堤被冲垮，给梦想加留一个位置吧，让刻板的框框都崩塌。24/7在梦游古街，有时很炎热 ，but some make it rain。备好了被套和松软的枕垫，就准点起飞。Dropping down the belly, relax, relax.
Okay. Okay, so it's enough of introduction. Now let's test this model together. So now let me switch to Chinese. The first one is 你未当焦点，早被主流消遣。这是贝贝的歌里的是吧？然后是模型，sorry，对模型前面生成出来的说唱不难，你再回去练个10年8年，消遣8年，对，是有一些押韵。Yeah, there is. So I think it's better to use English probably because I want this to, more people to understand this one. So here is 消遣8年. So this is single rhyme. 遣年 is single rhyme. Like 难年点. So I think this is a good generating pattern. So you can hear that. So here's 点遣难年, right? So they rhyme together. Let's see what the model will generate this time. Okay. So obviously sometimes it doesn't rhyme now. It sounds like 皇帝是我，无数小弟都为我效劳。So here is 焦点消遣，是我效劳。So not really rhymes, but logically, but logically it is good because it talks about you, right? Uh, so you want to be the focus, but here it talks about me. So it's kind of in terms of semantic meaning, it corresponds with the input, but in terms of rhyming or musical patterns, it doesn't really sounds good in terms of rap. So let's see this one. So this is a mix of Chinese and English, right? 扫平所有障碍 is hero come back. So actually 障碍 come back. So the English and Chinese rhyme here. And the previous one, previously the model generates the cross is lead, homie, that, and no drawback. So come back, drawback, it rhymes, right? Because I also used, if you remember, I also used all the English examples here. So it can easily generate English correspondence, consequence. Let's try it now. Okay, so here the model crashes. I'm sorry, I cannot fulfill the request to complete all those completes, blah blah blah. It happens, you know. Like for nearly like every 5 prompts, you will encounter some of those either error or crashes from the model. Okay, let me try it again. Let's see if it can fix. Okay, now maybe we should give it up and change another one. Okay, here. 现在换我上台，保持最佳状态。上台状态，right? The double rhyme. 用的这里的技术带你直达终点。So there's no rhyme, right? 带你终点，状态上台。Probably 终点点台。So it still doesn't really rhyme, right? Let's try this one. Okay, this is better. This is better. 听我的 verse 让你鼓个惊海，上台状态惊海。So it's actually not double rhyme. It's only single rhyme, right? And rhyme. But I think this is rhymes. It sounds good. Like 现在换我上台，保持最佳状态，听我的 verse 让你鼓个惊海。Well, it's good. Let's see this one. It's still a mix of Chinese and English. 我依然混迹街头 represent my ghetto. In previous generations would flow 来自重庆 punchline 像手雷爆炸在你的 stereo. It's a good example because it's a better mix of Chinese and English, right? And it makes logical sense. It makes semantic sense. It means my flow is from Chongqing. Chongqing is a city in China. Punchline is my punchline. It's like the bomb, no, in your stereo, and stereo is the musical track. I mean, it is a logically good example. And ghetto, stereo, they also rhyme with each other. So although here Chongqing and ghetto, doesn't rhyme. But let's see what it will generate this time. Okay, it's only in English. My style is so unique, it can be bought or sold. Unlike your rhymes, which gather dust, unsung and old. Well, it's too long, right? Can be bought or sold, unsung and old. Oh, this is good multi-syllable rhymes. Represent my ghetto. Bought and sold, unsung and old. Well, it's good, but it's purely in English. Let's see if it can generate something in Chinese. Okay. 在我的地盘，你只能跪着别站。The 盘 and 站, yeah, this is the rhyme, but it doesn't rhyme with the input. There's a 头, ghetto, but it's 盘站, right? So it doesn't really like correspond to the rhyming patterns in the antecedent. I mean this one, 收起你们换汤不换药的烂套路. It generated 我的兄弟早看透，要给你脸上贴膏药。I think套路看透，right? It sounds good, but 膏药 is yeah is somehow breaks the pattern. Let's see. Oh, it's in in English again. 透露. I devote weak rappers, call it about grand fool. I transcend your flow, leave your style bland bow. Well, so this full, flow, and bull. So they actually rhymes with Lu, right? So probably the model knows the pronunciation of Chinese. Maybe I was wrong. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But although it generates on English, it at least rhymes with the last word, last Chinese character. 透露 grand fool. I transcend your flow, leave your style bamboo. Well, yeah, it's good. Let me try it again. OK，我带着我的兄弟把这烂游戏玩透，套路玩透。Yeah, yeah, it rhymes. It's kind of bending words, right? It can be defined as bending words, but not really. In a strict definition, it's not like lu and to. Strictly speaking, it's not rhyming, but it sounds good together. So it's good. The next one, 新生鹊起，掀起腥风血雨。Generated, 我的帝国永不落幕，就算时间被凝固。Okay, well, I don't think it rhymes. So 落幕凝固 rhymes with each other here, but it doesn't correspond to the rhyming patterns here. Because this is 鹊起血雨，落幕凝固。But change the rhyming pattern. Yeah, it is acceptable to change rhyme pattern between the different two phrases, right? It doesn't matter. When rapping, you can use the single liner. Every line, every phrase, use different rhyming patterns. But actually, it doesn't fit my expectation here because in my examples, all those examples they have end rhymes. At least they have end rhymes, but there are many like internal rhymes also and multi-syllable rhymes. Therefore, I'm expecting the same rhyming patterns between the consequent and the antecedent. Okay. Let me try this one now. Okay, so here are some error probably. I don't know. 新生鹊起，掀起腥风血雨，旧人隐退，新人上位。鹊起血雨上位。So it's again like 隐退上位. This rhymes, but it doesn't rhyme with the antecedent, right? 鹊起血雨. So, and there are many well the errors here. Okay. Let's continue with the next one. 躲在那荷花叶泛舟的姑娘，你是否闭月羞花？我的 flow 像那断桥残雪，你别再顾影自怜。Although this pattern doesn't rhyme, but I think it's good because at least it uses the 成语, right? Chinese the I don't know how to translate this in English, but yeah, this is good because here it used the 成语闭月羞花 and it continues 断桥残雪，顾影自怜. So at least it shows that this model have a good understanding of Chinese language, right? It can use difficult words, but not only simple words like the daily like dialogue, because this is not daily dialogue, it's like more poetic language. Although it doesn't really rhyme, but these patterns are actually a demonstration of this model, like the model understands like complex, more sophisticated English, Chinese. So let's try it again now. Okay. 我的蜜蜂一样采，我像蜜蜂一样采蜜，把你那点财富都收入囊中。Well, totally doesn't rhyme. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's a field example. Okay. Whatever, let's continue. 把名利看淡薄了，但我的目标是登上那《时代周刊》。我的 flow 能够穿梭时间和空间，你却还在玩泥巴，做着白日梦般的文案。周刊文案。Right? At least this sounds this couplet, these two phrases these couplets are connected by the end rhyme, right? 登上那《时代周刊》白日梦般的文案 and it sounds good. And the language here is also not too easy, not too daily, I would say. So this is a okay generation. Let's try it. Okay. 为了押上这世间最牛逼的韵脚，我愿意付出所有筹码。Well, yeah, I don't think it rhymes. 是在周刊韵脚筹码 right? Doesn't rhyme. Although the writing is good. The writing is good actually. It makes sense. It's not nonsense sentence, no nonsense words. But it just doesn't fit our rhyming expectation here. So here, 当挂起那船帆前，神秘的藏宝图已经被烧掉。在这混乱的世界，我要保持我的骄傲。So at least this is the only example that I saw that realizes double rhyme. 烧掉，骄傲 right? Let's try it again. Well, there's crashes. So you can see the model is like much less stable, right? Comparing to the what we did in my last video for English rap. So the model like frequently crashes. Sometimes it's yeah, it just depends when the model can generate generate some pattern. Yeah. So this one never works. Let me see. 惬意的触碰感就这样从脚趾传到脊椎。好，每个 punchline 都力透纸背，就像从头骨传到你的尾椎。So 脊椎、纸背、尾椎。Yeah, it kind of seems yeah it captures the rhyming, but because these are the same character, so it doesn't sound that clever, but it's good. If it ends here, like 惬意的触碰感就这样从脚趾传到脊椎，每个 punchline 都力透纸背。Yeah, I think this is a good pattern. We just don't use this sub phrase. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, maybe these are too difficult. They're difficult, not difficult, but sophisticated Chinese. So it's not very like daily dialogue and not very hip hop, probably not very ghetto street. No. Example, 从观察星辰日夜到人类精神世界，right? 星辰日夜，精神世界 is full character, right? 说唱的方式记录一下我们的血和泪，血烈，日夜，世界。So I think it, yeah, I think this is acceptable pattern, really. Let's try it. 我把这些虚伪 rapper 的唱片都丢进垃圾桶里，焚烧成火焰。日夜，世界，火焰。Yeah, sounds good together. Or strictly speaking, it doesn't really rhyme, right? 业界，火焰。But yeah, if we use some bending words techniques, yeah, it's an acceptable pattern as a consequence. So this one, 这时代冰冷直接，你最好会毛遂自荐。So here, 直接自荐。Okay, so it means it's even in Chinese. It means it cannot generate. Okay. But there's actually no sensitive words here or sensitive meaning here even. I don't know why it says it cannot generate something offensive. I don't know what is offensive here. So, but whatever, continue. So here，我的胡思乱想总是流露出我像一个游牧民族。我的俘虏来自蒙古包，想要自由不会被束缚。So actually, this is in terms of rhyming, maybe it's not very good, but in terms of meaning, it's really it's really good because 游牧民族 means the nomad, right? Nomad, the people actually living in Mongolian, in Tibet. So they are the nomads. So it's in the consequence it mentions 蒙古包, right? So it's really like in terms of meaning, in terms of logic, it's a real good consequent or an answer phrase to this question phrase, right? 游牧民族蒙古包 and in terms of meaning, it says, I only want freedom, I won't be restricted. It also kind of reflected the spirit of hip hop and no nomads, right? And 民族束缚, 富足, yeah, it also rhymes. So yeah, I like the pattern. I like this one. Let's see what it will generate this time. Okay, there's a mistake again. Well, ooh, yeah, it's too many. It's not good. And it's still generating. What? Yeah, let me stop this. There's a huge mistake here. Yeah, the model is really unstable. Okay, this time it works. 我的胡思乱想总是流露出我像一个游牧民族，出场就像病毒入侵了我的骨髓，让我无法回头。Yeah, it's actually 病毒民族. Yeah, it's double rhyme, right? It's double rhyme here. But here, 骨髓回头, it doesn't rhyme. 民族回头. Yeah, I like this one. 说好像病毒，游牧民族病毒, right? Yeah, this rhymes, but for these two phrases, yeah, somehow breaks the pattern, the expectation we have here. Maybe this one, 从南到北有不同口味的消息，地下太拥挤，走出地域限制，这才是我们的宗旨。则去限制宗旨yeah, they rhyme. 消息拥挤 so it actually mixes like I think if this is 子 喜 no, I don't know, but it doesn't sound rhyme to me. Yeah, it doesn't sound rhyme to me. 消息宗旨 not really. Yeah, let me try this. 也把那些 hater 赶尽杀绝，用我的 flow 来粉碎。Well, yeah, doesn't rhyme. Let's see this one. It's still a mix of English and Chinese. Keep it real. 是我的开山刀。1%我都杀掉，然后上钞票。So 开山刀杀掉钞票。Yeah, it rhymes and in terms of meaning, yeah, it's also hip hop. Yeah, like hip hop, the violence and the money aspects. It reflects some facts, right, of rap of hip hop. So I think it's good. Although it might be offensive. Wow, keep it chill 是我金钟罩. Oh, this is cool. This is cool, right? This is a strict couplet. Keep it real 是我的开山刀 keep it chill 是我的金钟罩 and 刀罩 they rhyme. Wow, this is cool, right? If you say it like keep it real 是我的开山刀 keep it chill 是我的金钟罩 Wow, I like it. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, this is the best. This is the best. Yeah, sometimes the model really generates something good, right? And 开山刀金钟罩 they also in terms of semantic meaning they also have a correlation. Yeah, I like it. So here, 不想掩饰锋芒而变得神色匆忙，锋芒匆忙 出心赤诚森，问心无愧，问鼎苍穹。苍穹，匆忙，锋芒doesn't really rhyme. Let's try it again. 就算被误解、被质疑，我们依然屹立不倒，肩并肩站在台上。Well, 呃 not really. Yeah, it's not in terms, from my perspective, not really good. Yeah. 锋芒匆忙，质疑不倒台上。Yeah, doesn't rhyme. Although it's here is the Chinese idiom 神色匆忙，屹立不倒的成语。Yeah, this is good, but not really rhyming with each other. 对，let's see，像龙灯封印的灵魂浴火重生，龙灯重生 double rhyme。So here it's re-emphasize the concept like 龙，right？像个巨龙带着火焰冲破苍穹。But not really rhyming with each other. See，像悟空浴火重生的美猴王，不再被念紧箍咒，天地任我游走纵横。Yeah, it repeats this 成语浴火重生，but doesn't really rhyme. 哎，嗯，here 别带着你的歌来找我，因为你的等待肯定会白费。因为我的词曲昂贵，你得先交个版权费。Yeah, this is good pattern. This is good. Use 白费、昂贵、版权费。Yeah, yeah. This is the rhyming. That I like. Although it's only single rhyme, right? Single syllable rhyme. 费贵。Let's see if it can generate something else. 我的字典里没有浪费，你是趁早赶航去卖废铁。像蟹。Well, it captures the end rhyme actually, right? But although the composition here is not really good, it doesn't, yeah, make very good sense. But yeah, at least it captures some end rhyme. It seems this model can only capture the end rhyme of Chinese, but not the internal rhyme or the multi-syllable rhyme here. Well, that means 我根本不需要听你的歌烂到让我浪费电费。So still, it repeats the same character here. So yeah, not really good. And the model becomes unstable again, generating too many things. And this is another error. Let's see if it can generate something good now. 把握每分每秒，现金是我的幸运券。把握住我的 flow 比钻石更耀眼。站在顶峰看看你们如何表演。Well, at least 劝演表演演，they rhyme with each other. Yes, and it repeats, right? So here is this 把握 and it repeats this word here. So in terms of structure, yeah, this is compact. It has this direct connection with the antecedent. So I think this is acceptable pattern. Okay, this one, let's try it. Okay. 老子有爱你路的电压，毫无体面的袭践它。So this is from PG one. Flow 像洪水猛兽般倾泻，你只能跪下感受着害怕。OK，电压、践踏、害怕。Yeah, this the end rhyme, the end character rhymes. But here 倾泻 yeah, this doesn't rhyme. 跪下害怕。Yeah, I think it is acceptable pattern. So when the model doesn't crash or doesn't generate something, generating errors, yeah, I would say this maybe 50%, it can generate something that's acceptable. It's not superb, right? It's not the best in terms of writing or semantic meaning. But the generation is acceptable. And also probably because I'm a native speaker of Chinese, so I have a higher standard here. I don't know. Let's see this one. 过往的荣誉赶不上扩张的功率。拿着麦克风战斗不会在意那些闲言碎语。荣誉、功率、碎语。Yeah, yeah. At least it rhymes. The last word rhymes. Last character rhymes. 未来就在不远处等着我们征服。No, it doesn't rhyme. Yeah, this is 绿 ü sound. This is u sound. So not really. Yeah, probably let's try this one. 歌词描绘着金钱豪车，消退着勤勉道德。Well, this is difficult. This is really challenging. Let's challenge this. 我用押韵做武器，击碎着堕落规则。歌词描绘着金钱豪车，消退着勤勉道德。我用押韵做武器，击退着堕落规则。Well, sounds good. Sounds good. And in terms of meaning, it also comparative to this one because this is really sophisticated Chinese. So yeah, this is not too easy, not too straightforward, not too plain language. So yeah, this is acceptable for me. And 规则，豪车、道德、规则 yeah, and rhyme also also rhymes. So here 笑看风云是何等风骨，停不了厮杀。江湖险恶，胜者为王，败者必须认茶。So I think this is another example of strict aligned couplets, right? 笑看风云，江湖险恶，何等风骨，胜者为王，停不了厮杀，败者必须认茶。So although there is a slightly different number of characters, but it's still well aligned. On antecedent and consequent. Okay, let's see. Oh, so it seems I cannot generate more, but I think we already did a lot here. And yeah, let's see some of the examples I generated before. For example, here, this is by 马思唯。我的风格太成都，从天空到海底，实力换取尊重，就不怕受人排挤。And generates 我像9天揽月的李白，横扫千军万马的李逵。Although it doesn't rhyme, but in terms of meaning, yeah, this is like 9天揽月，千军万马。So this is in terms of semantic meaning or the prose, right? The wording, the writing, yeah, it's comparable to the antecedent because this is already real well written phrase. So yeah, I think this is acceptable. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to rhyme all the time, although we, in terms of this model, because I constructed the structure of the examples as like complicated, complex rhyming patterns. So yeah, if the generation doesn't rhyme, it seems not really, yeah, capturing the structure of the training data. Okay, so actually, if you look through those examples I chose, so they are really well structured rhyming patterns with a lot of internal rhyme, multi-syllable rhyme. So at least double rhyme in the end of each phrase, right? But model doesn't really capture those complicated perspectives of here. Like this is hollow rhyme even. 心境高雅韵如风，英俊潇洒令狐冲. Right? This is hollow rhyme, means the whole phrase rhyming with each other. So yeah, there's something unsatisfying about the model, but at least it works. If you don't really do it in real time, or you don't expect good patterns or good generations every time, I would say when you have enough time to experiment, we experiment enough times, maybe not really many, right? 3 or 4 times, you can get at least one pattern that's maybe usable or acceptable if you want to draw some inspiration from the artificial intelligence model. So it's usable. It can be used as the computer assisted compositional tool to help a rapper to get the inspiration, right? When you really headache about what wording, what sentence to write to rhyme with your phrase, maybe this application can give you some inspiration. So, okay, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, welcome to comment below the video. And yeah, and also if you are a student in the class, you are interested in those applications, you can also shoot me an email. Okay, thanks for watching.